This is the Massage Hammer. In today's video, I will talk about what this device is. I'll cover the specifications and features of this, and at the end I will talk about my thoughts after actually using this device for a couple days. So to start off, let's take a look at what comes with this device out of the box. So this device actually doesn't come with a case or anything, so everything that comes with it is inside the box. The first thing you notice when you open the box is a very unique massage device. This is probably one of the most unique shaped massage guns that I've taken a look at this channel. If you follow my channel for a while, you know I love finding unique devices. This is absolutely one of them. I saw it, I knew I had to check it out just because it looks really interesting, to be honest. So just to talk about what you see on this device itself, you have sort of your standard massage gun on the top of it. You have this rubberized curved neck here, and then you have a long, slender, sort of shiny black plastic handle. It does have two buttons on it. You've got a power button, a speed button on it, and then you have a USB-C charging port. Now this is a flexible device, so it's got some bend to it. It does come with one attachment head in it already, and to that note, that is the next thing you see when you open the box is the 4 attachment heads that it comes with. So in the device will be a firm foam ball, sort of a standard attachment in a lot of different massage guns. You then have a textured flathead attachment, a hard plastic fork attachment, and a hard plastic bullet head attachment with a hole in it. Now, in order to change these attachments, super easy, just pull it out and swap it back in like that. Put the ball back in it for now. And then it is like I mentioned, a USB-C charge. So it does come with a USB-A to USB-C charging cord that you just stick in the bottom of it like that and charge it. And then the last thing you get is just a short little instruction manual with some warnings and some general instructions. So in terms of the device itself, it does have a stroke length of 10 millimeters. So that is the distance that this massage head is going to move away from the actual device. The stall force on this though is really quite low. I've measured it to be, I would guess, somewhere between 5 and 8 pounds. It is going to have a variable stall force though. So by that I mean when the speed changes to a higher speed, it actually does gain a higher stall force. So I'm just going to turn it on and just show some examples of that stall force here. So this is on the first speed. It's really low. I'm just going to show really gently pressing it here and see how easily it actually does stall out. But if I go ahead and put it up on the highest speed and apply the same amount of pressure, you'll see it's not going to actually stall out. Now I can try to get it to stall, but it's harder. Now the thing that's really unique about this though, that's really quite different than other massage guns, and why I take the stall force with this device with sort of a grain of salt, is that most standard massage guns have a firm and rigid handle that when you press against it, that's not moving. So the stall force is all being just absorbed by the motor and then it stalls out. Well, this is a super unique design because it has this flexible handle. You're never really able to even press hard enough while you're using it to get it to stall, because any amount of force that would be going against that motor sort of goes into this handle and the whole device just moves away. And so because of that, I'll actually say that it's a really unique design, because even if I were to press on my shoulder and like try to get it to stall, I can't, because that massage gun head just moves away. And so it's actually a great design technique when you are trying to, get your back and just reach all different kinds of places, because you're going to get an equal and consistent amount of pressure on your muscle no matter how hard you're pressing on it. So really low stall force, but really kind of doesn't matter in this situation. Now, it is really, from what I can tell, sort of exclusively designed to use on your back just based on the design. And because of the design, I think it is absolutely fantastic for using on your back. I would say the overwhelming majority of people that are not a high-end athlete or looking to do like specific workout recovery with it are more likely than not buying a massage gun to try to massage their sore back, whether that's tight shoulders from hunching over at a desk or a tight lower back from standing at work all day. This is just great for that, because you get your shoulders, you can reach down your back, and it's got that bend to it. You can go sort of around the side and get your lower back. So really cool in terms of the design there. But you can also, if you want to, sort of use it more of a standard massage gun if you want to choke up on the handle and sort of float over some of your muscle tissues here. But just, again, because you're choking up and you're holding, you're preventing that flexibility, it is going to stall a little bit easier. But in general, you're mostly going to just be floating over your muscle tissues regardless. Now, with that variable stall force that I mentioned, it is a 5-speed device. So in order to turn the device on, you just press and hold this top power button for 2 seconds. It automatically comes on. You'll see the speeds here. You just cycle through that, try to show those 5 speeds. That's what they look like. Now this doesn't have any sort of Bluetooth compatibility. There's no app that you can control the speeds with or follow along different routines with it. It doesn't have any sort of adjustability in terms of fixed angles, but you do have a fair amount of flexibility here. So I'd say probably up to like 120 degrees, and then you can sort of bend it all the way down to almost 90 degrees here. So good amount of flexibility. So while there's no true adjustability like maybe some Theraguns or things like that could have, this does have a good amount of movement in it. The battery life on this, they say it's 4.5 hours. That's off of a 90-minute charge. Mine came almost fully charged out of the box. So it didn't take long to get that to the full charge. It's a 1500 milliamp battery. Now that battery life is gonna vary based on what speed and how long you're using it on. Obviously the higher speed with a little bit more pressure on it for a consistent amount of time is gonna make that battery drain faster than the lower end speed. Now, the battery on this is not removable at all either. So if it does die, you are gonna have to fully recharge it. You don't have a second battery that you can swap in or anything like that. It is super, super quiet. I'll say probably one of the quieter devices. Again, I do think it is because you've got this sort of flexible handle that it is just like preventing a lot of noise often comes from the force that's applied against the motor with it. So I'll go ahead and turn on the highest speed here, hold it by my mic just so you can hear it. I'll put some force against it, but really, really quiet. You're not gonna disturb anybody with this, so really well designed there. The weight of this is 1.1 pounds, so even though it is a very unique design, it does have a good amount of the weight up here, but it is a very even and balanced hand feel. I think it is because of that longer handle, but the handle is a great small and sleek design, so no matter what hand size you have, big hands, small hands, this isn't gonna be an issue for you. Again, that long, slender design on it allows you to get more of a reach to different parts of the back. So I think it's a really good design there. Again, it doesn't come with a case though. So, we do have these attachment heads. You're gonna have to come up with a way to sort of store those, whether you have a pouch or something else, you can put them in. One downside there without a case, but one of the biggest upsides of this is the price point. So I got this off of Amazon. It was $55. I did look just before I started recording this video. There's currently a 10% off coupon you can click as well to drop that price down. But I did also see that is currently listed as an on sale price. So that price could vary a little bit, but for the price point, I think you're gonna be hard pressed to find anything else that is explicitly designed for your back that's gonna be as good as this. I've reviewed a lot of different devices that have some sort of extension handles or things like that. They're more expensive than this. If you're looking for something just as a sort of entry-level massage gun, I'm not sure I would necessarily recommend this just for that, for the rest of your body. But for getting your back, this could be great. I think this could be great for elderly users. I think this is great for people that are looking just sort of for some general relief in your back or just something even easy to massage by yourself. I think it's a great price point. Now with that price point, it does only come with a 1-year warranty. Obviously, there's some other benefits to Amazon there. If you have Prime and things like that, you could potentially return it in a short amount of time if you do, decide you don't like it or something goes wrong. But in terms of one other thing, it does have a 15-minute auto shut off on it. So if you're using it more than 15 minutes, it's going to turn off. No big deal, just turn it back on. It's more of just a safety feature, so it's not overheating or you're not massaging one area for too long. So that's just a really quick overview of this device. Again, I love just kind of doing this with it. It's fun to sort of reminds me like a shake weight or something like that. But some general thoughts with it. So I do wish the stall force was a little bit higher just because you can use it on other parts of your body easier than in theory. I wish it had a longer stroke length. That's a personal preference for me just because I prefer a more aggressive massage. That being said, I do think this is a great device for anybody that prefers more of that vibrational feel or just doesn't really like something super aggressive. Again, just for your back, I think it's awesome. I don't know how you're gonna really be able to apply a ton of pressure reaching against your back like that anyways, unless you had a completely rigid device, which I have looked at one other device that was sort of similar, but was designed to get really aggressive like that. It is a little bit more difficult to get your back with some of these attachments, so I do recommend the ball for that. And I guess with those attachments too, I do wish it came with a pouch or some sort of carrying case for everything. And then lastly, I do wish there was a little bit of a rubber grip here on this handle. No big deal to grip it real firmly and easily based on the size, but if you start to get sweaty hands or something, I could see how this would start to slip just because it is the sort of that shiny lacquered finish to it. So just sort of some of the things I think they could improve. Now, in terms of the things I like, I do really like the design. Again, specifically for your back, I think it's great. You're gonna get that even amount of pressure. Again, can kind of go at all different angles, left hand, right hand, real easy to reach kind of all over the place. And you're gonna be able to get probably like 95% of your back, if not all of your back with this, and have that sort of even pressure no matter where you're going. Now, I already mentioned this a couple times, but again, I'm just somebody that likes something a little bit more aggressive. So again, if you're somebody that likes less aggressive, more vibrational, again, you're older, or maybe you don't really care about getting that real deep pressure, this would be perfect for you in that regard. And then probably the biggest win of this is the price. Like I mentioned earlier, you're going to be hard pressed to find anything that is going to allow you to get your back and really reach all those different areas by yourself, which is key. A lot of people buy a massage gun not realizing that it is really hard to reach without a big long handle like this. You really need somebody else if you're trying to massage gun your back by yourself with a standard massage gun. So that is just a quick overview of the Massage Hammer. If you guys have questions about this device, go ahead, drop it in the comments down below. As always, I'll do my best to answer those questions. Otherwise, that's the Massage Hammer. That's a review. Enjoy your recovery.